what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good?
Yes, you learn something new every day. Mortgage boycott spread across 301 projects in 91 cities. Mortgage boycotts where people are just refusing to pay their mortgages.
Yeah, mortgage too high.
First, it was the rent.
I mean, if we look, you guys saw the video this week. Facts. Where Chinese having brain fog. Where the customers of a Chinese bank went to go take their money out, and they had tanks outside, right?
I saw that.
So now it's getting to a point now where there are some projects that they paid for that are not developed, that they're actually trying to make the customer pay for the mortgage. So once again, they sold them this property, but the property's not there, but they want them to still pay. So when they went to go take their money out, now there are tanks in front of the banks because the bank is now saying, hey, if you have more than $5,000 in your account, it technically is an investment to us, which is true.
Did you hear what they did first though, before the tanks?
What was that?
So when people, so this is like in a specific province.
What's that in China?
In China, yeah. So the first thing they did was they said that the people who were trying to leave, that were like customers, they said that they couldn't leave their homes because of COVID protocols. And so, like they put the monitors on them, like you can't leave your home. And so people started rioting and said, no, we're leaving our homes. Then when they left their homes, that's when they met the tanks. And so now it's to the point where, like you said, they said if you had over 5,000, you had maybe at a later date you can get your money. But if you had anything less than, I think it said 50,000 yen, you have the opportunity to be reimbursed within the next couple of weeks. But that's like, imagine that you're going to.
I mean, it's happened. The precedent's already been set. In Greece a few years ago, when people tried to go to banks and they didn't have any money for them. Sorry, it's one of these things. It may sound like we fantasize until it actually happens. And it's already happened. In quote unquote civilized countries. These are supposed to be.
It's happening in the United States. Savings and loans happened in what, 1970s? Like,
supposed to be first world nations. And,
Celsius. Okay, let me ask you this. You guys really think all these crypto companies went boom bust at one time? Just for the audience. Like, so if this is happening in China and we're seeing, so they're going through what we lived in 2008, and then in 2020 a crypto meltdown at the same time. That ain't like funny to y'all. Like if you see me, P. Dom Pierre, like own 3 cryptocurrencies and they all fall apart, and then like 3 weeks later on IG went to Maldives with a $100 million yacht, you're not gonna be like, they took our crypto. In every recession too, there's a lot of scams that happen. So there's a dark world to recessions as well. Those are times for people that are not doing upstanding business to exit. Then the Binance stuff, like Binance is suing Bloomberg in China for
defamation,
disparaging his name. I'm like, crazy times we live in.
Crazy.
Protect your money and capital at all costs. Only you care about your money. Not many other people will. Please protect your money at all costs. Check all accounts. Check your bank statements. Make sure you're not getting robbed. Check your deals. Betha, I don't know how you gave that guy $5,000 to sign with you. This is Ian, Red Panda Rebellion. That is wrong, bro.
Diddy percentages. Well, you gotta look at it from this.
That's robbery.
What the odds are, it would have been 5,000 lost. The average rapper is not gonna make it. So to give somebody $5,000, odds are that $5,000 is never gonna be seen again.
You should give them no deal if you don't think they're gonna work.
$5,000. He said just sign it.
You can't get no.
Let me ask you this. Did it work out for him?
Yeah, it did.
Betha?
No. Well,
there's no such thing as a bad deal. Like because you signed this is a business lesson. This fits in Market Mondays. There's no such thing as a bad deal that you signed. This is why. Because when you signed that deal, it was a good deal. People only complain about bad deals later on. Because when you signed that deal, you needed the money. You needed the exposure. You would have done anything to get on. You've got on. You've made a ton of money. You become a worldwide sensation. You on every radio station, and now you're complaining about it. It wasn't a bad deal. It was a bad deal now. It wasn't a bad deal when you signed it, because if it was a bad deal when you signed it, you wouldn't have signed it.
You can't work a record locally for $5,000. You
But
can't work
did
a record.
But did it work? He's
not because of Beth's help.
Well, you never know. He's one of the top artists in the world right now.
We didn't say the name of the artist.
It's Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
He's one of the top artists in the world.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
If he didn't sign to Mace, might not have happened for him.
Yeah,
people only complain about their deals later.
He said that at the time, 5,000 felt like a lot. He said
It
that,
was.
He said it was.
Yeah,
it felt like it could last for a while, and it lasted 2 weeks. The only shining light in that story is that allegedly, and this maybe it's true or not, but he said that he still owns all of his publishing.
So it's a good deal.
I mean, if he owns all the publishing,
what are you complaining about? It's a good deal. There's no bad deals. There's no bad deals in life. People always complain about deals like they got taken advantage of. No, you were in a situation where you needed to get taken advantage of. You needed it.
There's like child stars who get taken up by their parents. Then it's a bad deal.
Needed it. You needed it. It's a learning experience. You learn from it.
Not for the kid.
If you wasn't smart,
okay.
If you're not smart enough to figure,
same time,
if you're not smart enough to figure this out, you need to learn.
But Mace bitching and puff about the $2 million for his publishing.
Yeah.
So he can't say, "Yo, Diddy, let me get my joints back, and I helped keep Bad Boy alive after Big died," and then do that to him, and then say it's not a bad deal. He knows it's a bad deal.
Yeah,
I mean, they still have money. Mace got a little money.
No, Mace still in. Harlem Hustler. He gonna find a way to. He gonna find a way.
Mace
gonna find a way. Mace gonna find a way.
He'll preach real quick, come back.
Betha.
He gonna move around.
I mean, I just feel like a lot of these rappers, when they're complaining, 2 Chainz told us that. 2 Chainz said the same thing that I'm saying 2 Chainz said. He said the same exact thing. He said these rappers only complain later. They never complain when they first start. They never complain when they on the mixtape grind. Because if it was a bad deal, you should have been complaining from day one. Don't wait till 3 years later.
I don't know if he was complaining though. They asked him the question. It didn't sound like a complaint.
And it came out last year.
It kind of like it was like, yo, this is my truth, right? Like this is my truth. It wasn't. I've never heard him complain about, he's
so why say it? Why say it?
They asked him.
Why say it?
Because they asked him. Like, what you want him to do? Not answer it? He could have not. I mean, he was honest.
A $5,000 advance. Like I know some local record labels that wouldn't get
Big Sean said he got 15,000 from Kanye.
It's a good deal.
Robbery too.
Good deal.
It was yay, so he took it.
Look at his life. Has his life changed?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Good deal. It's a good deal.
A person's life can change. Okay, like Tupac, my favorite.
Yeah.
Tupac life changed when he signed to Death Row. Highest grossing artist of all time at Death Row off 2 albums. He didn't get half the money like he deserved. So it was a good deal to get out of jail. Pac, they should give Pac 50 grand when he got out of jail.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy going up. I know they can't stand it.